Welcome to Leavenworth Campground. They're situated just about 30 minutes outside that lovely German town, Leavenworth, Washington. Welcome to Leavenworth. It's about 30 minutes from the Leavenworth Campground. Leavenworth wasn't always a little German town. The earliest known settlers here in Leavenworth were the Native Americans. They were here until the gold rush and the railroad came through, building a small town. There were lumber mills here as well as apple orchards. But once the Great Depression hit, the town died. In the 1960s, a European alpine Bavarian decor came and was inspired by these beautiful mountains. It came up with the idea of making a little German town. Thus, we have Leavenworth. Leavenworth is a host for art shows throughout the year, many festivals, Oktoberfest, and more. If you like scavenger hunts, be sure to stop at your Welcome Center and pick up your scavenger hunt paper. There's one for adults and there's one for children. Once you check all these things off your list, make sure that you take a photo to prove it. This area was originally inhabited by Native Americans, but as the railroad came through, there was a big town built here. It was flourishing, but then the Great Depression hit and the town eventually dwindled away. In the 1960s, there was this European decor person that came in and was looking at the town and was inspired by the European Alp-looking mountains and thought, what a wonderful way to bring this town back to life than to create a little German town. And now you can come here. Leavenworth is host to many festivals as well as art shows and much more. You can come down here and go through all the shops and German restaurants. There's a host of lodges here as well. You can come downtown. There's a grassy area and a gazebo where you can just rest and relax before you go shopping or to your scavenger hunt. This is a very touristy area and people from all over the world come here to visit. If you like to shop, eat, and drink in German style, this is the place for you. They have lots of outside dining as well as inside dining. Check online to see if your dog is welcome. Leavenworth is situated in the Cascade Mountains. Looks much like the European Alps. Check out the Civic Center. You never know when it's going to host an event. This town is filled with beautiful fountains and statues, as well as many wood carvings. Let's head into Leavenworth Cider House. Grab an apple cider. If you want to go tour the town in style, rent a little German horse-drawn carriage. I do believe these mountain climbers are part of the scavenger hunt. They hold an art show downtown every Friday and Saturday till September. Be sure to look high and low. I spy the Nutcracker. This is a storyteller. Her face lights up. Her hands and voice tell the story. You can come hear the wisdom of many generations. When you leave this place, her voice will go with you. Elaine Root. If you don't want to stay in a campground, there are plenty of lodges and hotels right here downtown Leavenworth. Each one of them has a unique German style. At the end of the small town of Leavenworth, you'll find the adventure park. Here at the park, you can take a cool roller coaster ride straight up the mountain and come down the curves real fast. Of course, due to my bionic arm, there will be no roller coaster riding for me this time. Let me know if you've rode this roller coaster before. Welcome to Leavenworth Campground in Leavenworth, Washington. We're not in Kansas anymore, Toto. Welcome to the Edel Campers. I'm getting ready to give you a tour of Leavenworth Campground. And I just want to let you know this is my first tour that I'll be doing with my arm in this bionic thing. So I hope it turns out okay. You can let me know. You can get sports equipment right here in front of the ranger station. Leavenworth Campground is affiliated with 1,000 Trails. Make sure you check their website. Once you turn into the campground, make sure you stay to the right. You'll check in right here at the little Welcome Center. If there's nobody in the Welcome Center, you'll check out this box and take out your packet. This is a gated community, and don't worry, your gate code will be inside your packet. Make sure you keep your map handy, as there are not a lot of signs leading to the different amenities. However, Leavenworth has a lot to offer. They ask if you're checking in after hours and it's after 10 p.m. that you park in the parking lot. However, they have 3 spots with electricity if you need to wait till morning to go park. They offer 30 and 20 amp electric. You'll find your clubhouse at the front, right before the Welcome Center. You'll find your lodge right in front of the Welcome Center. Your lodge is called the Osprey Lodge. You'll find that the lodge is very open and bright. There are several TV areas here with comfy couches and television sets. They have a beautiful display of the area, the railroad track. There is free Wi-Fi at the lodge, no password required. It's very comfy in here. I could even sit through a movie. Who's ready for movie night at the lodge? This is one of my favorite spots in the lodge. I love this fireplace. Leavenworth is open year-round, so if you're into winter sports, go play and then come in here and enjoy a little bit of a fire. We are in bear country, so make sure you don't leave any food outside your RV. Every lodge needs a restroom. With my arm all messed up, one thing I can say is I see the importance of having a push door versus a doorknob. This clubhouse has a downstairs as well. Leavenworth does receive packages only for medications and RV parks. You'll pick up your package on the floor outside the manager's office inside the lodge. Downstairs, you're going to find some blocks, a couple of tables. You'll find a foosball table where I need to get Fred to come play a foosball game with me, as well as a ping pong table. Check out this little miniature Pac-Man game, one of my favorite arcade games, and it works. Downstairs, I also have a few books and videos on a shelf. I believe almost every campground I've been to has a coffee station somewhere. Leavenworth happens to have theirs in the Osprey Lounge. The laundry room's down in the basement, has 4 washing machines. You can use the Wash app here. If you don't want to download the Wash app, you can use Visa, Discover, American Express, or MasterCard. There are 3 dryers here. They also take the Wash app or a credit card. No quarters will be used or damaged at these machines. There's a folding table here, but it has more pamphlets and things that you may take away if you want. There is a window that you can look through and watch your children play downstairs in the lodge. I think I like washing my clothes next to the hot tub better. And you can see in the laundry room, so if you have children in here playing, or they can see you and you can see them. It's kind of a cute idea using hangers to decorate the laundry room. If you go around the back, you can get into the laundry room from these double doors without having to go up any steps. Now this is one big beanbag that I could just plop on and take a nap. I'd show you, but then I might need help getting out. Okay, why not? Heck, I didn't fracture my arm doing nothing. Whoa! Okay. Now, anybody here want to pull me out? They sell firewood and ice right here at the Welcome Center. You'll find the miniature golf course right as you enter into the campground. It's under the natural canopy of the trees. Nice shaded area. You can grab your clubs and your golf balls right here beside the sign. Behind the lodge, you'll find a fenced-in pool. It's a nice big pool with a few loungers and tables around it. The pool house has both showers inside and outside. There is a chairlift beside the pool. Right outside the pool house, there are a couple of shuffleboard courts. This is one of the best cornhole areas I have seen so far. Well, next to Bethpage in Virginia. They've won awards for the best campground. Check out that tour on our playlist. They have a huge field here. They call it their baseball field. Well, I don't see why you can't kick a little soccer ball around or even play football out here. Use your imagination. The sky's the limit. And look how pretty that sky is. Right outside the baseball field, you will find the outdoor group fire pit. Gather up your friends, your campsite neighbors, your family, and come out here and have a volleyball game. It's one of my favorite sports. If you like disc golf, They have it throughout the field here. If you don't have it in your own desk, go up to the Welcome Center. They have some there. Make sure you bring your walking shoes. There are over 5 miles of walking trails throughout this campground and some bike trails. One of the things I like about camping out west is even if you're at a campground, you still feel like you're in the woods. This is a big area, and there are 7 restrooms/showers scattered throughout the campground. So I'm not going to take you into all of the bathroom shower houses, but I will take you into restroom 3. This is right across from where we're parked at. The restrooms look like they have been remodeled. Very nice. Restroom number 3 is very clean. There are 3 toilet stalls here. Inside restroom number 3, there is 1 shower. It is handicap accessible. This is kind of cool. The shower and the toilet are in the same stall. I would assume it would make it much easier. There seems to be plenty of handrails. There's a little bench in here to sit your things on. Look at Fred sitting there looking all handsome.
Just goofing off. Didn't do anything today.
I seriously doubt that. He does something every day. Are you looking for a cabin? They have several of them here for you. Complete with a picnic table, fire ring, and grill. They look like they're just nestled right in the woods. This campground is divided into 3 major sections. You have Meadow View, Timber View, that's where we're at, and Lake View that has Otter Pond Court. All the sections are scattered with either full hookup 50 amp with no sewer, full hookup 20-30 amp, 20-30 amp, or dry camping sites. If you find yourself at one of the non-sewer sites, you will find the dump station right off to the left of the exit. After the volleyball court, there's a small bridge crossing over a cute little creek. And right after that, you'll veer to the left. You'll see the Bear Cub Bike Trail. It's for kids 11 years old or under. Nikita's trying to get to the water. It's been kind of warm walking on this trail. This is a pretty big area for lots of bikes and motorbikes. We see a lot of the kids on little BMXs that have little motors on them. Miniature e-bikes. This is a wide graveled area that you can walk your dog on. Walking up the path you can walk your dog on, we found another little bridge that goes across this little creek. If you walk across it, you'll see some more disc golf. This is number 8. When you keep walking, you'll come across a pond. There are 2 here. I believe this one's called Otter Pond. Sorry, fishing people, there is no fishing allowed here. There is a little bridge here, but if you're a little more daring, you can take the stumps across. I think I better play it safe today. At least until my arm's healed. Once you cross that little bridge, you'll walk right into a dog park. I didn't see that on the map. They have lots of agility equipment in there. I don't know about you, but I think the landscaping around here is absolutely gorgeous. Hills and trees. Across the bridge, you'll find the basketball court. Remember to look at your map. It's the second bridge as you're walking down the gravel road. It's not marked, kind of hidden back here. Beside the basketball court, you also find a pickleball/tennis court. It's in pretty good shape too. Look at that ground. There are little bridges crossing everywhere around here. I may have just found my new favorite park. Can you see the raindrops on the pond? We may just finish this in the rain, but that's okay because we seriously needed it. The path that's behind the pool that you can walk your dog on takes you all the way back to the Lakeview section. Lakeview sits right beside the Alpine Trout Pond. Again, sorry guys, no fishing. Right by Site 226, you'll see a great big rock. Looks like a great climbing rock. They have named it the King Rock. King Rock looks like so much fun to climb. I'm a little bit sad. I would definitely have climbed it. Each one of these little tiny homes is painted a bright color and has a German name. We're looking at Hannah and Rudolph and Belle. Who wouldn't want to stay here? I'm not sure if I like Otto or Hannah best. Rudolph is the playful companion. These little tiny homes are also known as a petite retreat. If you rent a tiny home, one of these little petite retreats, you're gonna see this beautiful view of the alpine trout pond. We'll have a graveled front yard, a picnic table, and a grill. To get to the Lakeview area, you must come out of the main part of the campground, go out on the main highway, and you'll have a code to get into the Lakeview entrance. This is Clear Creek Lodge on the Lakeview entrance. It's part of the campground. The lodge is locked, so I couldn't go in to give you a tour. However, it's one big open room on one side where it looks like they host planned activities. So now they have cabins, lodge rooms, tiny houses, so much to rent. If you rent a lodge room, you might even see somebody out here playing disc golf. How's this for an idea? Rent yourself a little German tiny house, travel through mountains that look like the Alps, and visit a little Bavarian town, all right here in Leavenworth. There are community dumpsters all throughout the park, but we are in bear country, so we do have those fancy bear containers. In Lakeview, you can be backed up right next to the water. This is site 219. It's a back-end site. Your backyard is waterfront. Couldn't get it open with my arm, but 219 is 2030, no sewer site. But look at those views. I'd take it for that. You go straight through Lakeview to the end. It circles right back out, and these sites are called the Otter Pond Court. You'll find lots of tent sites at the Otter Pond Court. Once you enter the main gate, if you veer to the right, you're going to hit Meadowview area. In the Meadowview area, you'll come across a trailhead called the E.B. Chewana River Trail. It's about a half-a-mile trail in and then half a mile back out, I believe. We're in Meadowview section. This is site 129, 30, 20 electrical amp. There is no sewer at this site, but it's secluded and in a woodsy area. Very pretty. You will get a picnic table here. Down below the campsite, in a little secluded area by itself, you have a fire pit at this site. Site 129 is a back-end gravel site with electric and water. Remember I told you to bring your walking shoes. The amenities are scattered out. Here at Meadowview, restroom 4, you'll find the horseshoes. The horseshoe area is also known as Randy's Roost. You'll find the horseshoes right here inside the horseshoe pits. When you come through the main gate, if you turn to the right, you will go towards Meadowview. If you turn to the left, you will go to Timberview. Fred, Nikita, and I are at Timberview. Do be careful, there are a few one-way streets. We're sitting right across the street from this little area. It looks like a little bike ramp. We have had so much fun watching the little kids come up and down this track. It goes up and around and down and a couple of humps to jump across. There are 2 different ways you can go down. I'm telling you, there are some daredevils. Sure wish I could have got them on video. They were having a blast. And here we are at our site, comfy and cozy. It's pretty large. Back in site, gravel, dirt. Comes with a fire pit. We have full hookup. We've been unhooking and hooking to go to the doctor's office, though. Growing fresh mint in my RV. Peyton started this off. It is flourishing, and so now I'm going to be drinking lots of mint tea.
Here it is. Look at that view. That's a nice road there. Probably don't want to be driving a van at 30 miles an hour down this road, but that's what the speed limit is. Oh, we have traffic this morning too. All right, here we go. Look, you can see the back of the van. Oh, that was fun.
And we're about 10 minutes outside of Leavenworth Campground. Welcome to Leavenworth, set in the Cascade Mountains of Washington State. We are just 7 miles outside of the Leavenworth Campground at a town called Plain, where you can stop in and buy just plain groceries and gas. In case you're wondering, yes, they do have diesel as well. and the pumps are open. If you need to work on a project in your RV, they have the Plain Hardware Home and Garden here, where you can find plumbing and electrical, sporting goods, building materials, gifts and clothing, and even espresso. Hey, they even have a farmer's market here on Saturdays. You can grab some espresso and sit out here on the patio. They even have a little water feature. Since you're visiting the small town of Plain, you might as well drop in the Old Mill Cafe right next door, where they serve breakfast, lunch, subs, and pizzas. You can't miss it. It's right next to the Plain grocery store and the Plain Hardware. All three stores right in a row. Be sure to look out for that Thousand Trails sign as you're going up Beaver Valley Road. You're going to keep an eye on Fish Lake and Thousand Trails. You just might miss that turn if you're not careful. Nikita and I decided to take the EB Chihuahua River walking path and see where it led. Not far off the trailhead, you'll find the Upper Lazy Horse Trail. Go straight up, and then to your right, you'll find the EB Chihuahua River Trail and a little graffiti on the side. Let's go on a walk. Come on, let's go. Good girl. Of course, we found another bridge. We're gonna follow the water and the trail and see where it leads. So far, this trail seems very well marked. You can hear the river down below in the valley, but you can only get a few glimpses of it from afar. However, I did run across a bridge. Should we go across the bridge to see where it goes, or continue straight on the path? I'll let you know what we do. We can continue straight and go across a bridge, a smaller bridge. So we didn't take the first bridge, but we will take the second bridge. There is a sign with arrows at the second bridge, so I guess we're on the right path. So there are several different routes that you can take. You can definitely get your steps in out here. They say if you go up that hill that you'll run into a scenic view. So we're here late in the evening, so we're going to head back on the loop, but that hill is called the Upper Lazy Horse Trail. So if you make a loop, the road that we were actually on earlier is down below us. The river is below that, and we're hiking a little further up. That's kind of cool. Check out that view. Definitely worth a stroll on the trail. Time to go down the hill. I always like climbing up, better than like going down. Cross the bridge, walk beside the canal and the river. You can hear the river. And you can make a big old loop and come right back on this side. This little trail is really worth going in. There's several things to explore. You could spend an afternoon just looking up and down the different little trails. So definitely worth going down the River Chihuahua Trailhead. So going down the EB Chihuahua River Trail is definitely worth it. You can find other trails along the way. I didn't have time because it's late, but there's one that goes up to a plateau, and they say you can see all the way to the Wenatchee River, and there's other trails there too, so definitely worth an exploration. We found another trail. I wonder if we could get to the peak before dark. I would have to say this is my favorite campground so far for little paths and trails throughout the area. It opens up into the NPP Trail. Around the corner, there's more steps. All right, I'm tempted. We'll go just a little bit further. Kind of a pretty view here. I would have to say, of all the parks we've been to, this has been one of the best to have trails within the campground. Nikita and I have really enjoyed spending time out here, and we haven't even taken all the little trails. Definitely a reason to come back. This is our bounty hunter for sure. She finds paper towels no matter where we go. She only carried a little ways. If you're up here for a little winter fun, you'll also find the sledding hill. This is Grizzly Run. Looks like it'd be a nice sledding hill in the winter. You'd sled down, across the road, and around the curve.
All right, it's time for the Leavenworth Cellular Service Report. Well, first up, we have Starlink at 61.8 down and 20.7 up. Second place goes to Verizon at 30.4 megabits per second down and 0.86 megabits per second up. Meanwhile, AT&T 3.06 megabits per second down and 0.39 megabits per second up. And there was no T-Mobile to be found. Well, glad we got that Starlink Mini. So even out here in the woods, we did pretty good. We'll talk to you next week.